Miss Nadezhda Tsoy or Nadia.
Thank you. Thank you, Amy, for your kind introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Nadia, or Nadezhda, the full name. I'm 30, and I'm a long life learner. I've got two higher educations. First was my undergraduate degree at KIMAP, and then the graduate degree was MBA in the US. Outside of this formal education, I counted that I took 39 exams outside of university life. And this included like language proficiency exams like IELTS, TOEFL for English, and TOPIK for Korean language, and also professional certification exams like ACCA and CFA. I also took exams for audit license and for accountancy in the Republic of Kazakhstan. So why did I do all that? And I'm sorry, I forgot to share my slides. Let me just do it quickly. Can you see them now?
Yes.
So that's some pictures of me. So why did I do all that? And I see that there are two reasons for keeping learning and growing. So the first one is to stay relevant. And according to the study made by Buckminster Fuller, he said that human knowledge doubled every century in 1900. And by the end of the World War II, this time frame reduced to every 25 years. And what do you think this number is currently? So how long does it take for the knowledge to double? Could you please write that in the chat? Your guesses. How do I see the chat? Every year, okay. Any other guesses? Every 2 years? 1 month? Every 10 years? So we have quite a dispersion of the answers. So the answer is, yeah, very close, closer. Even shorter period. It's 12 hours. Can you imagine that? The next morning after your graduation, your knowledge becomes outdated. Isn't that scary, huh? So that was the recent research made by IBM. They suggested that all knowledge doubles every 12 hours. And for some academic fields, it's even shorter. For example, like for medical field. So the first reason is to stay relevant so that you are relevant within your profession. And the second reason is to be healthy, to be mentally healthy. When do you think your brain begins to mature? Could you please pick A, B, C, or D? After 50 years, after 30, after 10, or before birth? You could type that. D? Okay, so everyone became so aggressive with their answers. So before birth, everyone is right. Yes, that's true. So our brain begins to mature even before we get born. And so it's a mental decline, and we should try to kind of stop it And how we can do it is to, one of the ways is to develop neurological plasticity. And it was proven by medical researchers that it could help us stay mentally healthy and prolong our life. And let me explain that on the, for example, on the dental gums, it's like десны. If we don't use them, if we don't chew, our teeth will fall off. Do you agree with me? So that's the same with our brain muscles. If we don't use them, they will just become obsolete because we don't use them. So by now, I hope I convinced you that keeping learning is very important. And it's important for two reasons: to stay relevant within your profession, and the second, to be healthy. But you may think that it's for someone, I don't have that much time for learning that much because I have to go out and earn money, I have to work. And there are many different excuses that we may find to stop learning. Because someone could say like, I'm tired, I have been in school like for such long time, etc. Yeah, not every time, not every person. And I'm very happy that since all of us are here, that means that all of you are interested in learning English. So you are making that step towards your continuous learning. I summarized all that excuses in 3 main groups. And since I kind of went through all of them, I want to share my experience with you. So the first one and most popular one, I think, is no time. I don't have time for it. I'm too busy. I have so much work to do. I have a family, etc. But I have to say that as for me, I have never stopped and working. I have never quit any job to do my learning. And I took all my 39 exams while I was at work. So I studied in the evenings and the weekends. And another example is my close friend. She's very fluent in Spanish. And she learned it without attending any courses. She used the Duolingo app. Do you know that app? Who knows? Could you please put your thumb up? Okay. And using that app, within 2 years, just for 10 or 15 minutes a day, she managed to get fluent in a new language that she didn't know before. And that was very encouraging for me. Another excuse that we may have, it's no money. I don't have any extra money to spend on some courses or school or like other things. But I should say too that it can be for free. For example, all my education that I got, like KIMAP education, my MBA in the US, all my professional certifications, all of them were sponsored. And there are plenty of scholarships available worldwide. For example, in the US, all PhD degrees are for free. Any person can study PhD, like a doctoral degree in the US for free. And you will be even paid a monthly stipendship, like a salary. And another friend, she was my ex-colleague. She wanted to go to Germany, so she learned German language, went there, and got enrolled in the university and got a fully free education, like all German universities offer education for free, but it's just in German language. So there are plenty of options, or for example, even like Coursera and Udemy, like many websites that offer Harvard, MIT courses for free. And the other one is no support. So another excuse could sound like you have to grow up in this kind of academic environment and have an academic background. For example, your family should like encourage you from the beginning to study. But as for me, for example, my example is that no one in my family has ever gotten any higher education. No one studied for more than 8 classes, and not my parents, not my grandparents, not my aunts, uncles, even cousins. And till this day, I'm still the only one who went to the university. And I even went even further. I went for the graduate degree and like all these professional certifications. And by 30, I have never skipped June exam session. Until the last year, I was taking exams every single June. And I want to say that it doesn't matter if your surroundings don't encourage you to study. You could surround yourself and create this circumstances and this people around you who would support you in your continuous learning. For example, you can do this by creating this, like attending this kind of clubs who are interested in learning, or you could listen and get motivated by people on YouTube or podcasts who also keep learning. And this would create your surrounding and your like, group of support. So with that, I wanted just to say that it's very important to continue learning, because the moment we stop growing, we start dying. And I want to encourage everyone to keep learning and keep growing. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Nadia, for sharing and imparting to us that passion, that drive for learning. You know, just hearing you speak, I could really feel that you are someone who is